Hello YouTube. Okay, a bit of a change of tack today. I'd like to talk about guitar playing, more specifically how to play guitar, as in not what to play, how to play. So a bit of background. My best friend is in two bands. He's in Fatumsh, based in Coventry, and is in Graves, based in London. Fatumsh is a very sort of, not quite primacy, but quite of artsy, heavy, grungy rock band. They're actually brilliant, by the way. I'm not just saying that, they are fantastic. I'll leave a link to the band page in the description. I suggest you check them out. And his other band are Graves, which is a lot more straight up punk rock, J-Retard, Voivoids, you know, giving it some, hitting an A chord, getting Larry sort of thing, with some gothy overtones. So I've been teaching him some guitar to help improve his chops, because he's a bassist by trade and a singer. And some of the things he was asking me and some of the things he was saying were really strange questions to ask, and it got me thinking, no one shows you how to play this stuff, they show you what to play. He'd say that when he'd ask his guitarist in his bands, like, what are you doing there? They'd just play the same thing again. He'd sort of just go over his head and be like, what? I mean, so what I'm trying to do is show him how to play, and I'd like to see if I can explain that to you today, if that makes any sense. Not the notes, but physically where your hands go. So let's start with a very simple exercise. It's basically the pentatonic scale that you'll find all over rock music, and I'll play it at the same place on the fretboard for the sake of, you can go, oh, I see, it all goes into the same thing, but they are sometimes they're in different keys. So let's start. So I'm going to do all these exercises at the same place on the 12th fret of the E string. So they're all basically in E. So the first one I'm going to do is something that Tony Iommi does a lot, and you'll notice this is all part of the, well, that shape. So it's from the 12th fret up to the 15th. It's all 12th, 15th and 14th. So the top string is up to the 15. And then it's 12, 14. String down, 12, 14. 12, 14 again on the G. 12, 15 on the B. 12, 15 on the E. So you can see that's all that same shape. And the only variation really is at the 15th fret, normally on these last two strings, you'll do a full tone bend. So you'll bend it up to what is the 17th fret. So 2 and bend. Pre-bend actually. So you bend it and then you hit it. Same. See, that's a very Iommi thing to do. So, from that, my friend was trying to play it and he didn't quite understand how the other strings weren't ringing in the background. And what I was doing, and I didn't even realise what I was doing, I just figured it out. What you do is, when you put your finger on the fretboard, covering these two notes, your finger is high enough so that the tip of your finger is just touching the G string, and I mean just, so it's muted, you see, and that's all you're doing. And if you can learn to mute with this hand, then it makes your life a lot easier, because people think about picking with this hand, it's going up and down, and you're thinking about muting with it, and that's incredibly difficult. Sometimes it's a lot easier to mute with this. And it's about playing cleaner. It's not about playing better or faster or whatever. It's instead of going, I'll try to do it without. Watch my hand. And it works on the G as well, as long as it's just high enough up that it's touching the D, that it won't ring out when you're not playing it. The next song I'm going to talk about is a song by J Retard, my friend absolutely adores, and he loves all of his stuff, and it's called Turning Blue. So, here's the riff. Very blistering punk rock, but you see the shape is the same. So let's move in on that. So just the main riff is just given for context. So it's that's it. So again, it's going to be the E, and again it's just my finger slightly touching the D string. I haven't changed my amp settings, just about how you're attacking it. But because you're slightly muting this string, and you're using your palm to mute the strings you're not using, as in you're plucking from the G string or G string downwards, but you're using your palm to mute the top string so they won't ring out. If you like, you can put your thumb over the top. I'm just doing that because I've got an injured thumb, because I keep cutting myself and I'm very clumsy. But so here we go. I play it slower. That you're just holding that, you're barring all of these two, but the flesh of your finger is on the high E, so that part of your finger which is fleshy. So again, that's basically muted. It's really weird. You have to work on the proportions of your fingers and find where it's most comfortable for you to put your finger. I'm just showing you how I do it, and it is a way of playing cleaner. So it's that's just barred. Same shape again. It's all the same shape. I hope what I'm saying is making sense. It's just all about how you bar what notes you're not using. So you see my finger is just touching the G string there, giggity, so that it's not ringing out. But these two, so I can hit that really hard. Sorry. And only those two ring out, the G string doesn't. And that gives you can put more power into your solos, and if you play something that's even quite simple with a lot of conviction, you can get away with a lot. If Iggy Pop's taught me anything, is that you can sing anything to anything with enough conviction and get away with it. So there's J Retard. So the last song I want to show you is Neat 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 by the Damned. It's actually at the 2nd fret. I'll do it at the 2nd fret, but you can do it at the 12th fret. It works the exact same. So the solo at the start is so you see, that's the exact same shape, but instead of the 12th, it's at the 2nd fret. And again, my finger is just touching the B, so G string. So when my finger comes off the bend, it snaps back and it instantly hits my finger so that it doesn't ring out. So you can hear the D. If I hit all the notes, the G just stops vibrating straight away. If you want, you can put your thumb over the top if it's more comfortable. I don't always do that. Again, I'm just doing it today because I've got an injured paw. So, I'm going to break it down for you. It's all the same thing. It's all barred. It's the G and the B. then the thing at the end is basically union bend. I think they played up here. But I like to do it there because you don't quite bend it to the right note and it just sounds quite broken. There's nothing like just something that doesn't sound quite right. It's just really punk rock. Love that. So there we have 3 songs that are really quite different in tone. And we go back to Wyoming. It's all the exact same shape. And the rest of it is just flair. But the point of this video is if you can learn how to mute strings you're not playing and learn how to position your hand so that you don't have to worry about things. It's about being comfortable with the instrument. And it's about being comfortable with your guitar and where your fingers are and just muscle memory, really. Like, again, my knuckle there is just on the very edge of the fretboard so that my flesh is covering these two. Because at that point, if I move it up a bit, there's no way I can do it because I've got a bone in there. So there you have it. Different ways of picking, different ways of fretting. 3 different songs in kind of different styles. I mean, they've got different sounds, different applications. But it's the same. It's really the same shape, and it's just about how you pick it and how cleanly you pick it. Not what you play, not the notes you're playing. I've shown you that, but it's more a vehicle to show you the lesson of how to play. My friend says that when I explain that to him, it's like a light bulb moment, and I can see him now. It's great. He's going out on his own. And he's able to pick up these songs. Like, he's really getting into television and Richard Hell and the Voivoids, and he's able to pick up these songs by ear because of what I've shown him. And he goes, "Oh, that fits into that song." And really, that's the aim, isn't it? If you can listen to a song and you can understand how it fits into what you're already playing, then you understand your guitar better and your world gets a little bit bigger. So that's how I learn, and he seems to pick it up that way. So hopefully this has helped you. So that's how to play cleaner and better, not what to play. I hope this video has been helpful. Leave any questions in the comments, I'll try to get to them. If you think I'm talking rubbish, by all means tell me. I'm entirely self-taught. I've never had a lesson in my life. The closest thing I've had to a lesson is when I first got a Strat copy. I watched School of Rock over and over and just kept rewinding and rewinding and rewinding and rewinding. So if you've got a better way, by all means, let me know in the comments. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!